What is going on, everybody? Welcome into Across the Board, sponsored by MBM. I am JD from Line Movers, and we have our guy back with us, Mr. Jefe from Jefe Picks. How are things going, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Thanks for having me back. I feel like a celebrity, filling in on the seat here. So fun to be back in the stew doing the show for a day. Taking some time off from my summer travels and stuff like that. So happy to be here, man. Got a nice day of baseball action ahead of us on this Thursday. It's an interesting time in the year, right? In baseball, you pretty much know what every team is at this point. And you got the All-Star game coming up starting next week. And it's basically moving and grooving time. You got some teams that are going to be buyers. You got some teams that should be sellers. You got the middle of the pack guys. It's interesting. We're about to hit the quote-unquote dog days.
Yes, definitely are. And yeah, there are a bunch of teams that I'm ready to see. It's actually like you just pointed out, teams that should sell. It's just, will they? Yeah. And actually things like that. So yeah, I am definitely interested to see what the next couple weeks bring there. Guys, today is Thursday. Yesterday at the end of the show, in the midst of everything I had going on there, I said that yesterday was actually Thursday. and actually like that we were coming up on Friday, and that was not the case. I was a little bit early there. So definitely
you both.
I do wish. So I definitely jumped the gun a little bit there, but now today is Thursday. But you know what? Let's hit us first off with a little Wednesday recap. I will go first here. Yesterday I really didn't have much. It was a slate that I didn't love. As far as the tennis slate, I actually had no plays, which was kind of weird. But for me, it was a 1 and 2 day, small losing day. Jefe, how did you do?
Guys, I've been pretty solid, pretty hot in baseball, pretty much since Sunday. Honestly, I had a cold streak last week, pretty much the whole week going into the weekend. And Sunday, I swept the board. I don't know if you remember. This is going to take you back. Last Sunday, my biggest play was the Tigers versus the Guardians. That was a game where the Guardians led 1-0 up until the bottom of the ninth with 2 outs. And Emmanuel Clase threw a wild pitch, and the Tigers scored their only run to go into the top of the 10th inning and score 6 runs and win that game. And I had the Tigers run line because that was a schoolball start. That started my insane hot streak. And to be honest with you, I owe it to one team and one team only, and that is the wonderful Boston Red Sox, who have been just crushing on the run line, game after game after game after game. Thank you to their wonderful opponents, the Colorado Rockies. But other than that, I also hit the Reds yesterday. You had a great price on their best pitcher, Abbott. Marlins were coming in with a win streak. Reds were coming in with a losing streak. And just the price was, I think, closed at -150. You could have got a -140. Hopped on that one. And then we've been riding the Yankees. I thought yesterday it was interesting that they were becoming there was a lot of late money coming in on the Yankees. I'm blanking on the rookie pitcher that made their first start yesterday. Shilly. I don't know. It starts with an S. I'm not going to look it up. But anyway, took that money line. They hit. So we had a really solid day in baseball yesterday. Only L was the Pods. So 3 in 1 day. And today's looking like another great slate. I'm excited to get into it.
Love to hear it, man. And yeah, we're about to get into it. Before we do, we got Jabo here in the chat. He's saying, "What is up, Jefe?" We actually definitely know that Jabo is a big Jefe fan, so we know that he is happy here. Jabo bringing up the Mariners and Yankees game. That is a game that we will be going over, Jabo. But if you have any other games you want us to talk about, definitely drop them in the chat, and we will talk about those at the end. But now I think it's time we get into a little MLB action. First up, first game we're doing. This game starts at 1 o'clock, so I believe 1:05. So we have an hour before first pitch. We got the Cubs taking on the Twins. Cubs coming in 54-38 on the year. They're having a nice season. Twins coming in 45-47. Let's see here. The Cubs, they have Colin Ray on the mound. this afternoon. He's 6-3 on the year with a 4.13 ERA, 1.31 WHIP. His actual past couple starts have been good, definitely good quality starts. Before those couple starts, he did face a Mariners team that absolutely smashed him. So he has had a couple bounce back starts there. Then for the Twins, it was funny. After his last start, I actually had somebody call him this, Mr. Chris Padlock. I just thought that was a funny name. But he is coming in on the season 3-7 with a 4.64 ERA, but only a 1.22 WHIP. The WHIP is really not that bad. And he's somebody that I was surprised with. His last start versus the Rays, I was really expecting him to get hit there. And he actually pitched a really good game. He only actually gave up 2 earned runs, and actually 5 hits, walked none, and struck out 5. So Jefe, what are you looking at here?
This is an interesting number to me, JD. And I think you're getting it, quite frankly, really easy to see here. Twins won these first 2 games. Twins also have won 4 of their last 5. They're playing solid baseball, but if you look at the back of the card, the Cubs are a better team. Ray is a better pitcher than Paddock. He just is. Minus 120 scares me, but this is a getaway game. It's hard to sweep a team. Cubs are good. I'm rolling with the Cubs here on the money line. I'm not going to complicate things.
I understand that. Yes, the Cubs are coming in today trying to not get swept. For actually full transparency, I have been on the Cubs team total over for the first 2 games here. That has not worked out well for me. After that first game, I went right back to them because this Cubs offense is really good, and they normally the bats normally bounce right back. And last night that just did not happen. But today, like you said, trying to avoid that sweep. This is an afternoon game. It is going to be nice and warm there. I do expect the Cubs bats to come back to life here, especially versus Chris here. He's just somebody that, if you've watched the show, I like try to find spots to fade him. But then on the other hand, the Twins bats have just been kind of staying hot. And actually, like Colin Ray, I actually do believe the Twins bats can get to him also. And also, just like I said, the weather this afternoon is going to be good for hitting the dash of baseball. This total is high. It is at 9.5 runs, and I think that it is high for a reason. So give me the over here. That is what I am really liking. Guys, we're going to keep it moving here, and J-Bo going to go into that Mariners and Yankees game that you want us to talk about. The Mariners coming into this game 48-44 on the season. The Yankees coming in here 51-41. The Yankees starting to play a little bit better ball now. This is another one where we have a team trying to avoid the sweep, and the Mariners throwing out their guy, Brian Wu, who has been great on the season, and especially his past couple starts where he has not given up an actual earned run. He's been pitching very well. But on the season, he's 8-4 with a 2.77 ERA, a 0.96 WHIP. Love to see that. Then on the other side, we have Jefe's favorite guy. As far as actually Stroman goes, he is 1-1 on the year with a 7.45 ERA and a 1.66 WHIP. His last start where he came out, it was versus the Mets. He gave up 7 hits and only gave up 3 earned. Could have been worse. As far as his rehab starts before that, they really were not good. So he is somebody that I am trying to go against here. And Brian Wu is obviously somebody that I'm trying to back. As far as in the first 5, the Mariners in his last 10 starts, they have led after 5 innings 8 of those games. You can get the Mariners here on the first 5. I actually bet them at minus 130. Let me see what it currently is. Yeah. You can get a minus 135. I think that's a cheap price, man.
I am struggling with this game. This game right here, I think of Brian Wu. I remember last year, I think this was the same exact situation, Stroman versus Wu. And I remember it not going well for the Yanks and Wu just really kind of owning them. I love the first 5 here. I really actually do. I love what you're saying. I love that angle. Yankees have been scoring. Last 2 games they've been scoring. 9 yesterday. I want to say double digits in the first game of this series. I want to say 10, but it could have been above that, or I could just look it up at 10. So they scored 19 runs in the last 2 games. Yanks should be able to get to Wu. You spoke about his whip, but he's not having the greatest year. But I have to. This is I lean first 5 Mariners, but Yanks bats are hot, and they are one of the streakiest teams ever. I mean, did you see that stat on the over/under?
No.
For the Yankees, where it was like in second,
yeah, they were under
June, they were like 16-0 on unders, and then after they hit, and now they're like on a streak of 9-0 on overs. This is one of the more streakiest teams ever. But I can't take the over because of Wu's whip. He keeps batters off the bases. Yep. The Yankees are hot. Maybe they don't need to have the bases because you know what? Judge can hit a couple. Jazz definitely can right now. He's hot as hell. And you never know. But I feel more comfortable with Mariners first 5. And maybe I think the Yankees can come out with the victory at the end.
Yeah.
Little double result type of thing.
Yeah. That's definitely the way that I like it. J-Bo says it's bumped up to minus 150 on his book. This is one of those where I do not mind laying the half run here to actually like get that juice down. So yeah, we will keep it moving, guys. And we're going to talk about a team that Jefe was saying that has made him a lot of money. That is the Boston Red Sox. Today, they are hosting the Tampa Bay Rays. Rays coming into this game 50-43 on the season. Red Sox, like we just said, coming in hot. They are up to 49-45 on the season. For the Rays, we have Taj Bradley on the bump. He's 5-6 on the year with a 4.79 ERA and a 1.3 WHIP. As we've noticed this year, as far as on the road, he has definitely pitched better there. Even though his past 2 starts have been on the road and they have not been his best. But then for the Red Sox, we have Buehler on the mound. Year started off horrible. But I will say he has started to look better, though. But he is 6-6 on the year with a 6.25 ERA and a 1.58 WHIP. Those are not good numbers. Man, for me, I don't have a play here yet. I'm showing value on the Rays, and I think that's just because the Red Sox are just hot. So as far as their numbers or the value is just really not going to be there. But I find it tough because as far as Taj Bradley, I really don't trust him. Same. Then on the other side, I also don't trust Buehler here. So for me, I just think this is a really tough game. Do you have anything here?
Yeah. I started this show by telling you that I've been pretty much riding the Red Sox nonstop since Monday. And they've come through for me day after day after day. So obviously today when I woke up and saw this number and what it was, and I look and I see the Red Sox have won 6 games in a row, bats are hot. It's too good to be true. And that's exactly where I lay. This is too good to be true. Buehler and Bradley pretty much X each other out. Look at the numbers, home away, doesn't really I'm not scared of, I'm not leaning one way or the other in terms of pitching. This goes down to batting for me, but Rays are pesky. And the Red Sox basically got 3 games in a row, these past 3 games versus a JV team in the Colorado Rockies.
Very much.
Rays are a different type of talent. And this is a stay away game. I feel like this is Vegas saying, please, please take the Red Sox to win their 7th game in a row. And they're home, by the way, guys. So please, look at this nice little number we're going to give you. No, not me. Staying away. Will I be shocked if the Red Sox win this one 6-1? I will absolutely not be. Will I be shocked if the Rays win this 4-2? No, I will not. Staying away. No angle here. needed a little bit of a better pitching matchup. This was Crochet on the mound for the Sox. If this was Giolito on the mound for the Sox, different story.
Yeah, definitely agree there.
I feel like the Red Sox knew exactly what Buehler was when they paid for him this offseason. And he is exactly what he is. Like this is exactly what they knew they were getting and we expected. Because he was not going to be the Walker Buehler of the Dodgers playoffs.
No, definitely was not. And actually, like you were saying there, there's another good point, man. Like the Red Sox have been hot, especially as far as their bats. They've been scoring runs. But like you're saying, they just played the Rockies and they played the Nats. So those are two teams where pitching is not good, and then their bullpens are just horrible. So, like you said, as far as the talent gap there between the Rays, there is a big gap there. If I was going to play this, guys, I would only want to back the Red Sox bats. You can get their team total at actually 4.5. That would be the only look that actually I would think about here, was just keep on riding those hot bats.
I like that approach. I'm just, like I said, I've been on this team for the last, now that you mentioned it, I've been on them since Sunday when they took care of Nationals. But it's just scary. It's scary. I can't. I just feel Vegas is like, come on, JD. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. So I'm staying.
Exactly. So am I. J-Bo, we should definitely see all those games you're dropping in the chat, and actually we will hit them after this next game we are going over. And that's going to be the late night game. Got the Diamondbacks at the Padres. Diamondbacks coming into this game just below 500 at 46-47 on the season. Padres are 49-43. Pitching for the Diamondbacks tonight is our guy Erod. He's 3-5 on the year with a 5.78 ERA and a 1.62 WHIP. Those numbers are not good, and like I've been saying, they're only going to get worse. His last outing versus the Royals, he gave up 12 hits and 8 earned runs and 4.1 innings pitched. That was another one of those where we talked about fading him. He's just a guy that I'm looking to fade whenever I can. Then for the Padres, we have Randy Vasquez on the mound. He's 3-4 on the season with 3.79 ERA and 1.36 WHIP. This is another guy I keep talking about it. I don't know how these surface stats, how they are where they are, because his advanced metrics are horrible. This guy is going to, like I keep saying it, he is going to get hit. And actually, he has had an actual few games where he has gotten hit. But tonight, I think that this total is just really a half a run short. I think this total should be 9. This is one of those games where I think both of these offenses will be able to put up runs. As far as these pitchers, I don't trust either actually one of them. I think they can both get hit, and they can each give up a large amount of runs on actually any given night. But Jefe, what are you thinking about this game?
I've been back in, man, this is the one series, the Diamondbacks Padres series. I feel like I've been on the opposite side every single game. I pick the Padres, Diamondbacks win. I pick the Diamondbacks, Padres win. And I'm looking at it, and it's literally been like that. Back, forth. Teams just win, loss, win, loss, win, loss. You look at both of their records, it's hilarious. Neither of these teams have won or lost back-to-back games in their last 6 games. They're just they're so consistent at being inconsistent. Yep. That's literally what's happening here. Today, you went through the matchup. You got Randy, you got Eduardo. Nothing to really write home about for either of these guys, to be honest with you. And the bats on both teams have been kind of solid there. And that's what I think I can roll with here. I mean, even other than one game, the middle game here, game 2 of the series, there's been 9 runs scored. You go back for the Diamondbacks in Texas, Padres in Texas, they put up runs. You go back, to the Diamondbacks versus KC, which is the series they had before this, they put up runs. Looking at the ERAs here, Eduardo ERA above 5.75, Randy above a 3.75, both of their whips above a 1.35. They're giving up hits, that's for sure. Taking the over here. Taking the over 8.5.
Love it, man. Love it. That is definitely one of my favorite plays of the day. So glad to hear you're on the same side.
Let's do it.
All right. Well, we've got some questions here. And actually, once again, guys, if you have any games you want us to go over really quick, definitely drop them in the chat. Jabo definitely has a few here for us to go over. Jabo, Nats, Cards. We're on the same page here, man. I played the over here. The only reason why I did not bring this game up today was because that total moved. That total moved is up to 9 now, and I bet it at actually 8.5 at -115. So there's just not as much value there now. But that is definitely the way that I personally lean. As far as both of the guys on the mound, we got Soroka and we got Mikolas. Both guys who are not pitching well currently. These could be bounce back starts for him here, but I'm not going to count on that. This is one of those where I think that once again that actually both sides are able to put up runs, and then this Nationals bullpen, it's just really, really bad. So I definitely like the Cardinals to be able to add on runs late. So yeah, Jabo, I am definitely thinking the same way you are. Jefe, do you have anything here?
Yep. This is, guys, probably my favorite play of the day here.
Okay.
I'm rolling, and it's not going to be the over. I'm taking the Cardinals on the money line.
Okay.
I think they're juicy. They're -150. That's very juicy. Nationals are 1-4 in their last 5. Soroka on the mound, 3-6. ERA above 5.4, I believe. And you just mentioned their bullpen is not very good. And the Cardinals, we opened the show talking about interesting time in baseball. A lot of sellers, buyers, got to make your decisions right now going into All-Star break, even though the deadline, I think, is like first weekend of August. But regardless, this was supposed to be a really down year for the Cards. I think they have one of those situations where like their president is in, like, you already know he's out, and they have a new president in waiting in terms of baseball operations. You got a roster that it was really not supposed to be that great. I mean, do you remember the offseason where every single day Nolan Arenado was supposed to be on another team other than the Cardinals? And yet they find themselves sitting here above 500. I think they're facing a Nationals team that is not too great. A lot of young talent, but that's not correlating to W's just yet. And I think you're getting the Cardinals at a juicy price because of that, but also maybe people wouldn't take the Cardinals because of the pitching matchup on paper. But I'm rolling with the Birds. That's my best bet of the day, and it's my best play in this game.
Like it. I can definitely get behind that one also. Joe, what's going on, man? Good to have you in the chat. It's nice that your boss, I guess, finally shut up. But Jabo is asking another game here. Marlins Reds. This is a game that I really do not have anything on. The Marlins were on that road win streak. Our guy Stetsy, if you're in the chat, if you can put what that record was, I believe they were 11-0 or either 12-0 run as far as on the road. I'm not completely sure which one, but that streak stopped last night. So if you're into the whole streak thing, I usually only get off of that once a team loses twice. So, you know, if you're just into that, not looking at anything else, then I would back the Marlins here. As far as the price, I think the Reds should be favored here. I just don't think they should be favored by quite as much as they are. For like me, though, this was just a very easy pass.
I agree. I'm with you on that. This is I was on the Reds yesterday. I thought it was honestly one of the great prices by Vegas of the year, because you had a team that was not playing well and their best pitcher's time is up, and you're facing a team in the Marlins that have been hot, but that's not what they truly are. And it was a great price yesterday. Now going into today, not too great of a price in my opinion. And these are two teams that normally I wouldn't trust either way. And you gotta look at the damn Reds and take them on the one line here almost.
Yeah.
You gotta back freaking Cal Quantrill? Are you kidding me? No way. This is not even a no play I'm just gonna watch. This is a no play I'm not gonna watch game.
Exactly. Yeah. This is one I want absolutely nothing to do with.
I'll check the box score in the morning.
Guys, if you have any other questions for us, definitely go ahead and drop them in the chat now. We're about to wrap up here, but we actually will have Alpha back soon, guys. We're not sure exactly what day yet, but shouldn't be too far off. And I know that we will all be happy to have him back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, I don't really have anything else. This card today is kind of on the smaller side.
Getaway day. Much bigger card for tomorrow. Normal day, normal starts. You already have the Mets and Orioles starting their first game. They got a doubleheader today. I guess it was bad weather out in the Baltimore DMV area, so they got a doubleheader today. And man, can I tell you, I hate wagering on doubleheaders because you really got to wait till the first game's over to even think about the second game. It's just no way you can look at both games as like two separate entities, because whatever happens in game one definitely carries into game two. But yeah, J-Bo, what you said is true. Card is ass today. It's a low level day. Don't ask me why, but there's a WNBA game at 3:00 today. I have no idea why, but that's happening.
There was a WNBA game yesterday at actually like 11. And I was trying to ask Joe, I was like, why is it 11 a.m. on a Wednesday and we have a WNBA game going on? And I forgot. He actually gave me a bunch of reasons. He actually knew why, and it had to do with that was what they could afford as far as TV times and all this stuff.
No, that's not possible. That can't possibly be real.
I have no idea.
I'm going to now, after the show, I'm going to look that up.
Okay.
There is no way that because of a TV contract that they had to play at 11 a.m. because I'm looking at it now. 11 a.m. on a Wednesday.
It's nuts, man. But yeah, we actually talked a lot about that yesterday. And as far as the WNBA, I kind of got into it back here like a few weeks ago when all like the fights were actually going on with all that. And now, like a few weeks later, I've already like forgot that like it's like even a thing, like it's even a league, because that's all stopped. So yeah, man, it's just one of those leagues I have a hard time. Really.
Now, I'll ask you this: you're a big tennis guy.
Yes.
Tomorrow is a humongous morning in Wimbledon, and they're early, so your show is not going to be until after, I'm assuming. Anything to say about Joker and Sinner, or what is it, Fritz Alcaraz?
I haven't locked anything in yet. As far as the Fritz and the Fritz and the Alcaraz match, I need to look at it. I think that total there is actually maybe a little bit low. Fritz has been serving extremely well, and Alcaraz, as good as he plays, he likes to just he just gives up a set. Like it almost doesn't matter like who he plays. There's always one set where he's just gonna lose it. So with that, and then actually how like well Fritz has been serving, I do think that's going to be a longer match, and I do think that those total games may be a little bit low. The other match, man, Joker Sinner, that should be a great match.
Oh my God! I mean, Sinner. I think we all want Sinner Alcaraz round 2 after what we saw the last time these two played, where I forgot what it was. What was Alcaraz like? Plus 6,000 down championship point, 2 sets, comes all the way back. I think we all want it, but in the same time, as I say that out loud, no, I want nothing more than Joker to make this and continue building on his legacy. But these are 2 incredible matches in men's Wimbledon tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a tough one because I'm honestly in the same boat. I would love to see nothing more than Joker make that final run, and this was, as far as majors, this one would actually be his 25th. So I mean, as far as that milestone, I would really love to see him get that, and actually on grass, I think is where his best chance is to actually get there. with saying that though, this week, he definitely, hasn't looked quite like his, regular self. He has looked through certain matches, through certain portions of it, where like he can definitely be beat. So if center can play like he's been playing, because center did not look hurt, because that was the whole big thing. Like is actually like, excuse me, is he like actually hurt? And he looked fine. He was playing great. So yeah, the other's definitely an interesting one. One as far as from a betting side, I definitely need to look into more. But I'll be doing that all afternoon. But with saying that, we did have our fourth max play going this morning, and that was on the Sabalenka match over 21.5 games. That was a nice sweat-free winner for us.
So I can't believe she lost, man. Anisimova, man. Good for her.
Yeah, great for her, man. I hope that she can win it all, man. It's definitely going to be tough. I don't know.
She's playing right now, right? Let's see.
Yes, I have.
She just won the first set, 6-2.
We have a 2.5 unit play on Iga to actually win in straight sets. So that's a good start there. Iga, even though grass is not Iga's best, this tournament, she's looked good. And yeah, the final should definitely be a good one here also. But yeah, man, I guess it's about that time. It doesn't seem like anybody else has any more baseball questions for us. So let's get into a little best bets. And best bets are presented by Player Profit. If you've been watching the show, you know all about Player Profit and what they're doing and actually what we're doing with them. I believe this is the first time Jefe has been on since actually we have been with Player Profit. Player Profit, basically, simply put, is as far as a challenge, you actually take a challenge, and if you pass their challenge, you get funded. So you're betting with their money and not yours. And as we say, there's nothing better than actually that, with betting with somebody else's money. So yeah, guys, it's as y'all know, as you heard Joe yesterday. Joe has actually gotten through everything. Joe is actually funded now. So y'all got to hear about that from somebody who has actually been through the whole entire thing. So that was really cool to hear. But yeah, we're as soon as I can get logged back in here on this side of things, we are going to give our best bets. Sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here. Jefe, do you want to talk for just a second while I get this pulled up? It is
man.
Shut down on me there.
Yeah, man. What do you need a graphic for, baby? It's best bets. You know what it is. I'll tell you, I'm just gonna tell you mine, man. I already kind of did. I really like the Cardinals on the money line, minus 150, some places minus 145. I think it's gonna go up closer to first pitch, which is a little bit later today. I'm really liking that one. And the other game that I really like was the over, I believe, yes, was it the Diamondbacks Padres? Yeah. Diamondbacks Padres. I like that one as well, man. 8.5. These are two teams that the bats have been batting well, while the wins and losses are inconsistent. The teams have been hitting, and I think in today's pitching matchup between those two pitchers on the mound for those respective teams, going to get some runs on the board. So give me the over of 8.5 in Padres D-backs. Give me the money line on the Cards versus the Nats. My two best bets.
Love it, man. Yeah, guys. Sorry, Player Profit and things. Something's not. As far as the StreamYard side of things, something's not working here, so I'm not able to share the screen. But yeah, Jefe gave out 2, so I think I'm going to give out 2 also. One of them is going to be that same play. It's going to be that Diamondbacks and the Padres over 8.5 runs. Definitely like that one. And then this Mariners first 5, guys. I just really think that's a cheap price. And matter of fact, it's actually moving up. Just actually since we've been on the show, it is going up. I would play it if you're looking at straight money line. I would play it up to the minus 145 mark. Anything much past there, I would just lay the half run there.
That's the scary part about the first fives, right? Just the money line is so much more valuable than the half. But yeah, if you believe in the play, you don't want to lay the juice. I do think this is an honest situation where Mariners could be up 2-1, 3-2, that type of deal. Past the fifth, and then Woo's out, and the Yankees get to the bullpen and maybe take this one 5-3, something like that. But Woo pitches well against the Yanks, and Stroman, until I see him be consistent, he's still going to be the Marcus Stroman that we all know.
Yep, for sure. Monzy, thank you, man. Yes, this morning has been good for us so far. Well, Jefe, is there anything that you would like to tell everybody?
Nah, man. I think you got something that you usually like to say. I'll just say thank you for having me on, guys. It's been a blast. Missed you, fellas. And hopefully I'll be back very soon as I continue my tour de Jefe of the summer.
Yes, for sure, man. It was great to have you on. Definitely looking forward to having you on again soon. And yeah, guys, today I can say it. Today's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday. The weekend is almost here now. And I know it sounds like we are all ready for that. But today has already been a good day. But let's make it a great day. Let's have a huge day and let's fucking win.
Let's do it, baby.
We will see y'all tomorrow at noon. Later.